Kansas City had the fastest growing flight searches in America this year, and most people booking those flights can't name 3 things in the city. That's the opportunity. This is the plan. The barbecue that changed how the world smokes meat, a world-class museum that's completely free, a streetcar that's also free, and a one-of-a-kind museum you have until November to see, because after that it's gone for good. Everything comes with real prices and the best time to go, plus the 5 famous Kansas City things you can skip, starting with the reason your flight is full. Kansas City barbecue has its own rules: slow-smoked everything, a thick sweet and spicy sauce, and one invention the city gave the world: burnt ends, the crispy charred brisket points that started as free scraps at Arthur Bryant's and became the most fought-over item on any menu. Your first stop is Joe's Kansas City, and yes, it operates inside a working gas station. Anthony Bourdain put it on his list of places to eat before you die, and the line at lunch agrees. Order the Z-Man, brisket, smoked provolone, and 2 onion rings on a Kaiser roll, about $11. One of the best sandwiches in America at any price. A full plate with burnt ends runs $15 to $20. Go at 10:45 before the doors open, or after 2, because the noon line can pass 40 minutes. Then there's the Old Guard. Arthur Bryant's, where the burnt end was born, still serves them on white bread with fries under $20. Gates, the other dynasty, greets you with a shouted, "Hi, may I help you?" The second you walk in, know your order. You will not do all of them in one trip. That's the correct excuse to come back. And between plates, you'll need to walk something off, which is exactly what the next stop is for. The best World War I museum in the world sits in Kansas City, and it announces itself before you enter. You cross a glass bridge over a field of 9,000 red poppies, each one standing for 1,000 combat deaths. The museum below is ranked among the top in the country, interactive without being a theme park, and adults pay $18, with the ticket valid for 2 consecutive days, which matters because you'll want more than one pass-through. Above it rises the Liberty Memorial, a 217-foot tower with the best view in the city. The elevator costs a few dollars more, and late afternoon gives you golden light over the skyline. Budget 2 to 3 hours for the museum alone. The lawn out front is where locals watch sunsets and 4th of July fireworks free, with Union Station glowing across the street. Speaking of Union Station, walk through it even if you have no train to catch. The Grand Hall's 95-foot ceiling and 6-ton chandeliers cost nothing to stand under. From here, the whole center of the city connects by one free ride, and that ride is the next item. Kansas City runs a streetcar that is genuinely, permanently free. No ticket, no tap, no catch. It runs from the new Riverfront extension, opened in 2026, through River Market downtown and the Crossroads to Union Station, and the Main Street extension continues south toward the university and the Plaza area. Cars come every 10 to 15 minutes. This one fact reorganizes your whole trip. Book a hotel anywhere near the line, skip the rental car for your city days, and let the streetcar be your spine. At the north end, River Market hosts one of the region's biggest farmers markets on weekends, with cheap eats from every continent. A full lunch runs under $15. Ride at once end to end when you arrive, around 25 minutes, and you'll have seen the city's whole center before spending $1 on transport. Free count so far: the View Lawn, the Grand Hall, the streetcar, and the market browsing. The next stop keeps that streak going, and it hides an old master painting behind a lawn full of giant badminton birdies. The Nelson-Atkins Museum of Art charges nothing. Free every day it opens, and know the calendar. Closed Tuesdays and Wednesdays, open late Thursdays until 9. Inside, one of the strongest collections between the coasts, a real Caravaggio Monet water lilies, one of the best Chinese art collections in the West, and the lawn that made the museum famous, where four-story shuttlecocks lie scattered across the grass like a giant abandoned badminton game. The lawn is a city ritual: picnics, sledding in winter, photos always. Inside, give it 2 hours. The Courtyard Cafe is decent, but you already know barbecue is 15 minutes away. On Thursday nights, the glass block building glows against the dark, and the reflecting pool shot at dusk is the postcard. It sits near the Plaza, so pair them in one afternoon. 2 world-class museums into this list, and you've spent $22 total. Now let's spend a little more on the 2 museum block where American music changed. One intersection holds 2 museums that explain more about America than most capitals manage. The Negro League's Baseball Museum tells the story of the players locked out of the majors who built their own league, starting right here in 1920. It's $10, or $20 for the combo with its neighbor, the American Jazz Museum, where Charlie Parker's plastic saxophone lives. Kansas City Jazz raised Parker and basically invented the all-night jam session, and the district still plays. The Blue Room stages live sets several nights a week, often free or under 15, and on Friday and Saturday nights, the Mutual Musicians Foundation, a 100-year-old union hall, opens after midnight and jams towards sunrise. That's the real thing, not a show for tourists. Go to the museums in the afternoon, eat barbecue, come back for the music. Best $20 in the city, and the nightlife item later builds on it. But first, the neighborhood that looks like Spain took a wrong turn. Kansas City claims more fountains than any city on earth except Rome, and the claim gets hard to argue on the Plaza. 15 blocks of Spanish towers, tiled courtyards, and fountains built in 1922 as the world's first shopping district designed for the car. The architecture copies Seville down to a half-scale Giralda Tower. Walking it costs nothing and takes an hour. The J.C. Nichols Fountain at the East End is the city's photo spot, and Ward Parkway south of the Plaza runs tree-lined past mansions if you want the pretty drive. Shops are the usual upscale suspects. You're here for the buildings, the fountains lit at night, and brunch. Locals eat one neighborhood over in Westport anyway, which is exactly where the nightlife item lands later. When someone tells you Kansas City is flyover country, this is the block you show them. Next, the neighborhood that throws a free street party every month, and the beer that put the city on the map. Between downtown and Union Station, the Crossroads is the city's arts engine. Galleries and old warehouses, murals on every second wall, and on the first Friday of every month, the whole district turns into a free street festival. Galleries open late, food trucks out, bands on corners. If your trip can catch a First Friday, build the evening around it. Any other day, the galleries are free and quiet, and the mural walk makes the best photo hour in the city. The Crossroads also feeds you well outside barbecue. This is where the chef-driven restaurants cluster. Maine's $18 to $30. Beer pilgrims. Boulevard Brewing, the region's craft godfather, pours tours and tastings on the district's edge. The 1-hour tour with samples runs $20. Book the weekend slots ahead. The streetcar stops right in the middle of all of it. And now, the promise from the beginning of this video, the museum with an expiration date. In 1856, a steamboat called the Arabia sank in the Missouri River with 200 tons of frontier cargo. The river moved. The boat spent 130 years under a Kansas cornfield until a local family dug it up in 1988 and found the cargo intact. Sealed jars of pickles, French perfume, boots, dishes, guns. The best preserved snapshot of frontier life anywhere. The museum and river market has shown it ever since, and this is your deadline. It closes for good in November 2026. After that, the collection's future home is uncertain. Admission runs about $16. It takes 90 minutes, and ask anyone walking out. It's the most "how is this not famous" museum in the country. It's its one free streetcar stop from downtown. If you visit Kansas City this year, this goes on the list by default. You're one of the last people who will ever see it like this. From a boat full of 1856 money to a building full of the current kind, the next stop is literally free money. The Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City runs a small free museum where you watch millions in real currency move behind glass, learn why money looks the way it does, and the reason everyone actually goes, lift a genuine gold bar with your own hand. It's bolted into a case with a hole for your grip, weighs 27 pounds, and is worth more than most houses. On the way out, they hand you a souvenir bag of real shredded cash. Free weekdays only, 8:30 to 4:30. Government ID required, 45 minutes total. It sits below the Liberty Memorial, so stack it with the WWI Museum morning. That's 5 completely free items on this list so far, which says something about this city. The expensive part of your trip is the flight. The last stop settles where to spend your nights. When locals go out, they go to Westport, the city's oldest neighborhood, a crossroads of brew pubs, patios, and dive bars in buildings that predate the Civil War. Kelly's Westport Inn pours beers inside the oldest building in the city. No covers at most doors, pints at neighborhood prices, and the crowd is the city itself, not a bachelorette convention. Start with a patio at sunset and wherever the music is. Pair it with the jazz option from item 5 and you have 2 very different late nights in one trip. Thursday through Saturday is the pulse. Sunday afternoons have their own lazy patio scene. It's also one of the few areas where food after midnight is a given, and after a Boulevard tasting and a jazz set it will be. That's the 10. Now the list that saves you money, the 5 famous Kansas City things to skip. Before you go, the skip list. First, booking your hotel in Kansas City, Kansas. There are 2 Kansas Cities in 2 states, and the one with almost everything in this video is Kansas City, Missouri. Confirm the state before you pay. KCMO near the streetcar line is the correct answer. It's the most expensive typo in regional travel. Second, the Power and Light District for your big night out. The downtown block of corporate bars looks like the place from every hotel window. It's fine, it's also interchangeable with any city's version of itself, with covers and dress codes. Westport and the Crossroads drink better for less. Third, Kansas City barbecue at the airport or a national chain. You're in the capital of the thing. Joe's, Bryant's, Gates, and a dozen others are a short ride away. Eating the food court version here is a small tragedy. Fourth, a rental car sitting at your hotel. The free streetcar spine plus ride shares covers your whole city center trip. Rent for a stadium day or a day trip, then return it. Downtown hotel parking runs $20 to $35 a night for a car you won't touch. Fifth, the tourist aquarium and Legoland combo at Crown Center if you're traveling without kids. They're fine for families, tourist price for everyone else, around $25 each. The Arabia, the Gold Bar, and the Poppy Bridge beat them at half the money. Run the numbers, and Kansas City might be the best value trip in this series so far. Free, the streetcar, the Nelson-Atkins, the Money Museum, the fountains, the Grand Hall, First Fridays. Paid, the WWI Museum, the Jazz and Baseball combo, and the Arabia together cost less than $60. 3 full days for 2 people with a hotel on the streetcar line at $120 to $180 a night, and barbecue doing most of the feeding, lands between $1,100 and $2,600 before flights. Best time, September and October, when the heat breaks and the city's calendar fills. Spring works too. July and August run hot, but everything indoors on this list is air-conditioned and half of it is free. Remember the one deadline in this video? The Arabia closes in November. If Kansas City just moved up your list, subscribe. We do one city at a time, prices included. Next up, Las Vegas, where we find out what your money is actually worth on the Strip.